Hello students, welcome again. If you are studying linguistics, this is going to be a very useful video for you people. What is linguistics? We know that linguistics is a science of studying any language. Okay. Now, Ferdinand de Saussure, who was a very important linguist of the beginning of the 20th century, he has given these two terms synchronic and diachronic approaches in linguistics. That means he wanted to say that if you want to study a language, it can be studied in two different manners. One is synchronic and the other is diachronic. Now, what are these two? Let me explain this to you with examples. Okay, synchronic approach in linguistics, it means when you study a language at one point of time. Okay, say for example, we are living in the 21st century, and if you want to examine the English language, okay, so you compare English spoken in India and English spoken in Britain, okay, at one point of time, that means during the modern times. That is called synchronic approach in linguistics. Here we try to analyze how people use a language to share, to express their ideas in one speech community at a given point of time. Okay, so that is called synchronic study of language. When we examine different dialogues of one particular language, and when we study how different communities express their ideas using these different dialogues within one language, it is called synchronic study. Now, diachronic study is related to the historical study of language. Okay, so it is not a point of time. Here you can consider the whole period of time starting from this date to this date, and then you examine the changes which occur in a language. That study is called diachronic approach in linguistics. Okay, so let me tell you more about this. As I told you, it's a historical study of language. It studies different changes which have taken place, which have occurred in one particular language from one period to the other. For example, when you examine the history of English language, we study English language during the Middle Ages, Middle English period, and when we study the English of the modern English period, and then we examine what changes and what developments have taken place. So it's all about evolution of language. Or let me give you another example, like when we see the great vowel shift is found in English language. If you examine the period from 14th century, 15th century till 17th century, the English language was drastically changed, particularly in terms of the pronunciation of vowel sounds in English. Okay, so when you examine the historical changes in language, it is called diachronic study. But when you examine the language at one point of time, say for example English in the modern times, different dialects of English spoken at modern times, then it is called synchronic study. So let me conclude that synchronic study is talking specifically about one specific time period. Okay, and diachronic study, we try to find out the whole evolution or the changes which occurred from one period to the other. So it's a historical study of language. So I hope this is helpful to you. Further, I will upload more videos on linguistics. Stay tuned. Goodbye and have a nice time. Thank you for watching.